Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing the first Halloween makeup look of the season, and that is the Chelsea Grin Smile using liquid latex. So to start this look, I'm just using an eyeliner pencil by Wet n Wild. Basically what this is going to do is this is going to help us kind of create a little bit of an outline of where we want our Chelsea smile to be, how big we want it to be, just something just to kind of help us with the liquid latex when we do apply it later on. I am by no means a special effects makeup artist. I am just a regular girl who likes to play with Halloween makeup, and I found that doing this outline was very helpful and very beneficial as well. So you can feel free to do this step if you would like to, or you can just freehand it with the liquid latex if you feel like it. And again, the Chelsea Grin does not have to be perfect at all. You can make it as small as you want it, as big as you want it. It's, it's a cut in your mouth. It doesn't have to be pretty by any means. And of course, the next product that we are going to be using is of course liquid latex. I got this from Spirit Halloween, and this is super fun to play with, especially if you are someone who likes to play with Halloween makeup and experiment with different looks. So what I am doing first is I'm just taking a paintbrush that I really don't care about. Make sure that you are using a brush that you don't care about, because liquid latex will ruin it if you don't clean it off properly. And what I'm doing is I'm going over that outline that we applied with the lip liner, and what I'm doing is I'm letting it dry in between each layer. So I'm doing the top and the bottom on both sides and letting it dry, and then going back in with a second layer. And then I'm also tapping out the edges a little bit so we can kind of make sure that it looks nice and flush with the skin. And then once that first layer dries, I'm going back over it again with a second layer of the liquid latex using the same little paintbrush that we used before. And then I let that coat dry and I put on another coat of liquid latex. This just kind of helps build it up and create our little edges for where we want our Chelsea smile to be. I think I did like 3 or 4 layers of this. Then after letting it dry, I put on another layer, and I took these little cotton pad things and I ripped off little bits of cotton and placed it over top of the wet latex layer. This is where we are going to start to build up our quote-unquote skin and the skin rip for this makeup look. So basically I just apply a layer of liquid latex down, put the cotton over it, and I did that for both the top and the bottom on both sides of my face. You can make this however thick you want. You can make it super thin, you can make it super big. It's really cool with Halloween makeup because nothing is pretty, so you can kind of really play around with it and see what you prefer. Personally, I feel that it is much more helpful to start off with smaller bits of the cotton swab and work your way up if you need to, because you can always add more, you can never take away more. So just kind of keep that in mind when you are doing this. After I applied the cotton, I'm going back over what we applied with some liquid latex to kind of set everything down so it doesn't have that fuzzy appearance, because that doesn't really look realistic. So I'm just coating all over with more liquid latex. Just keep in mind you are going to be using quite a bit of this stuff, so if you need to go out and buy more, definitely go and do so you don't run out, because that would suck. And then I'm also sweeping some liquid latex above where we applied the cotton to kind of fix the edges. I feel like that's where I kind of failed at this makeup look, is I'm not very good at making my edges very smooth. That is something I definitely need to work on for sure. And then I'm just duplicating the exact same steps on the other side of my face. After you have applied all of the liquid latex to the cotton, you are going to want to let that dry 110%. Make sure that there is nothing sticky on it. And then the very next step is I'm going to be adding some foundation over it. I'm using my Revlon Color Stay. As you can very much see, I use this foundation literally all the time. And just on a little cosmetic sponge, I'm just going to be packing that over top of the cotton because we want it to look like skin. You don't really want it to stay that kind of white yellow color because you want it to look like, you know, that someone cut your mouth open. This foundation did, like when it mixed with the latex, it kind of made my skin a little bit, or like the part that we're putting the foundation over, it made it look a little bit yellow, but we will fix that in a second. So just kind of pack this over top of everything and around the surrounding skin as well. And if you do happen to miss any part of the cotton, you can just cover that up with blood later. That's the beauty of Halloween makeup. The next thing is I'm taking my e.l.f. high definition powder, and on a powder brush with nothing on it, I'm taking a little bit of this and putting that over top so everything is nice and set and we can apply the rest of our, you know, fun, cool, gory, bloody stuff over top of it. Next, I'm just taking a pair of tweezers. You can use tweezers, scissors, whatever you want to use, and I'm just kind of opening up the cuts a little bit to make them kind of stick out and look more realistic. Then I'm just taking some plain old red cream Halloween makeup from the Halloween store. Really, really cheap, and it gets the job done. And on just an old eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be putting that in between the edges that we created, just so it kind of has a base of where I'm going to be applying all the blood and all the bloody scab and all that good stuff as well. Next, I am taking my Cinema Secrets stack, which is filled with a whole bunch of different colors to make bruises, things like that, and I'm taking the lightest color from that stack and I'm putting that over top of the foundation. This kind of mellowed out that yellow tone that the foundation gave, and it made it look a lot better in my opinion. So I'm just packing that up and blending that into my skin, and also adding it a little bit all over my face to make myself look a little bit more sickly and a little bit more pale. Then of course I'm going in with the greens and the yellows from that stack, and I'm putting that on the outer parts of my face underneath the quote-unquote cut, because there is no way that your skin would not be a little bit irritated from this, so that is what I'm doing. I also put a little bit of this on my lips as well. It is very helpful to have your lips super chapped and dry when you do this because it makes it look more realistic. So my chapped lips really came into play when I filmed this. Like, good job. Super proud of them. And to blend everything out, I'm just using my good old fingers. That's really all you need for this. Next, we are going to get into the fun stuff, which is of course blood. This is from Spirit Halloween as well. I just put a little bit in the cap, and then on just a little doe foot applicator, I'm going to be taking a ton of that and putting that in between where we applied the cream makeup to make it look really kind of wet and bloody and all that good stuff. Because the cream makeup doesn't really do it justice. I more or less use the cream makeup to have a base for the blood, if you know what I mean. I really hope that makes sense. And what's a little bit of Halloween makeup without some Volbeat, right? I love that song. That is literally my favorite Volbeat song of all time. And then with the fake blood, I'm also putting that a little bit on the edges as well to make it look like it's kind of seeping over a little bit. And I'm also putting that in the creases of my lips as well. Moving on to one of my favorite Halloween makeup items, which is Bloody Scab. I was almost out of this, so I used the rest of this on this makeup. And on that same little doe foot applicator brush, I am going to be packing in the Bloody Scab over top of the blood. Basically what makes this different from just regular Halloween blood is that this blood looks like it's kind of coagulating a little bit and just makes it look really kind of dark and scabby and just really gross. It really adds to the look, like it makes the whole thing when you add this stuff. So if you don't have any bloody scab, I highly recommend that you do get some. And you can also add some blood on your lips for a little bit extra effect, or you can leave it as is. So basically here is the completed look for the Chelsea Grin. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's not too challenging, so if you are someone who's kind of new to this whole thing and kind of learning like I am, this is kind of a fun one to play with, and it's super quick and easy. So again, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. Don't forget to give a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to go down and subscribe. But until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!